When it opened in 2018, New Orleans' low-barrier homeless shelter was celebrated as an important step toward easing the city's homeless problem.
But people on the inside describe a growing nightmare of health and safety concerns, culminating last month with the stabbing of 2 residents by a 3rd resident who was then shot by a security guard. Tonight, investigative reporter Mike Perlstein brings us some disturbing accounts from those who work and live there.
2 people were cut. The severity of that, right now, I believe they're stable. The only other person that was hurt was the person who was shot by the security guard.
That was Hans Gantier, chief deputy of the New Orleans Police Department, when violence erupted inside the city's 346-bed low-barrier homeless shelter on March 28th. But according to employees and homeless residents, the conditions that precipitated that outburst have been simmering inside the shelter for years. Do you feel safe in there?
No.
I never thought that I'd be wanting to say anything bad about a shelter, you know, in the situation that I'm in, but it's been a horrible experience.
Under the low-barrier model, this city sanctuary on Gravier Street doesn't provide drug and alcohol treatment or mental health services, the primary reasons that most residents are homeless in the first place.
There's drug abuse issues, like mental health issues. They don't have the necessary resources to handle drug counseling.
At a minimum, though, the shelter is supposed to be a safe haven. The entrance has a metal detector to keep out weapons. There's a strict policy against alcohol and illegal drugs. But employees, speaking candidly with their identities hidden, say all those things are commonplace.
I have found makeshift knives, box cutters, scissors, switchblades, hammers.
How does that even happen? I thought you have security and a door.
And we do. We have all that. But still happens.
How does it happen?
Security not doing their job. Night staff sleeps.
Giving weapons to the people in wheelchairs to bring inside of the building.
Drugs are even more difficult to keep out. The sidewalk outside the shelter is littered with hypodermic needles. Employees say the same drug habits make their way inside.
Finding pieces of crack in the bathroom, on guests. Finding little drug lines in the bathroom.
Basically, because you have drug dealers in there. You have people who sell drugs in there.
Of an estimated 1,400 homeless people in the city, about a quarter of that population passes through this shelter at any given time. And staff, as well as residents, say all the problems on the street infiltrate the shelter. That includes low-level crime like dealing in stolen goods.
Like household supplies and come back and sell it. Purses, hats, sunglasses, shirts, basically anything that they feel that they can get monetary value out of.
Instead of discouraging the theft, insiders say some of the employees participate.
They have whatever they went and took from wherever they took it from, and most staff buy it. We buy it.
So you're describing kind of a wide open marketplace of stolen goods.
Yes.
That's happening inside the shelter.
Yes.
They do that all the time.
What are they doing? What are they doing in there?
Buying stolen goods.
While those on the inside say that many employees are dedicated to doing the right thing, they also say an expansion in 2022 from 100 beds to more than 300 was too much, too fast.
When the expansion happened, we didn't have enough staff at the time to maintain and manage that amount of people. We were still pretty much operating with the same people that we had when it was 100.
The city's divorce from the previous operator, Start Corporation, was ugly. The company said the city fell behind on payments, while the city began questioning staffing and services. Now a new operator, Odyssey House, is set to take over in June under a contract that more than doubled after Odyssey emerged as the only bidder. The city declined to comment, but here's the city's homeless services director, Nathaniel Fields, speaking directly after the violent outburst 2 weeks ago.
The mayor and chief of staff have more than recently reached out to make sure that we are doing everything we possibly can to get the shelter up to par.
Everyone from Thomas Jefferson to Gandhi says a society is measured by how it treats its least fortunate. For New Orleans' most ambitious homeless project, even City Hall officials say that measure here remains incomplete. Mike Perlstein, WWL, Louisiana.
We called Start Corporation for comment but did not get a call back. A spokesperson from Odyssey House said that organization could not comment until its contract with the city is finalized and they're up and running at the shelter.